Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're gonna install these handles and do away with the straps. And this is what I'm gonna do that's gonna make the finished product. They don't make it that you can put this cover back on. So basically, and they don't make it that if you got this here for the windows, basically you gotta drill a second hole. So this goes in a little further in and it gives you the angle, because you'll hit this and you won't be able to open your door. So I had to drill the piece, I had to drill them both to make it that I can grab it closer. And then another thing, if you're putting this plastic on, well, you gotta drill a hole that fits for the lever back here. Let me shed some lights on that. Right here in the back. So I made a hole in the back here just for the arm that you can pull it. This hole here is already there, so you got no problem with that. And then, well, to tighten your bolt for your mirror, I drilled a hole that you can actually put a 10mm socket in there and tighten that bolt in there to hold the sway point of this here that it can actually pull. And that's it. And then you got to drill a second hole closer. So if you don't have that, if you don't have windows and don't plan on putting the Can-Am windows that have this piece here that's going to stick out, you don't need to drill the extra hole. Another thing as well is, I'll show you when I'm doing it, the little thingy that they give you to tighten the front piece of this here in the front is this little thing right here. And this little thing right here, you can't even hold it in the back to tighten it. And it's just a little star screwdriver and flat. And boy, is it cheap. And it just, like, I guess somebody could put Loctite and just put it snug and it would work, because there's not much place to work. But what I did is I put a rivet, but the Can-Am rivets that I had weren't quite big enough for the hole. So basically I popped the rivet and then drilled the rivet the size of the hole. It has a washer in the back, so it's basically got 2 rivets on each side, because I took the head and drilled a hole in the head and then took the access off and then drilled it. So that's what I did, and I'll be showing you guys this. So it goes pretty good. I should have, the wife said, you should have grinded this piece off here, the access, the original hole, that I should have grinded it off. Maybe, yeah, probably. But anyways, I did not, and I forgot, and I had taken it off, measured to drill the hole, measured to drill the hole, taking it off, putting it back on. And as you guys will see, because I'm going to start the other side. Oh, and another thing too, you get this here, this little insert they give you to space it out so it doesn't rub. Well, it doesn't fit in there, so you have to bang this thing in with a hammer, or if you have a press, we can press. There we go. So I just do it that both sides stick out a little bit evenly. And actually it's not sticking out enough on the other side, so let's redo it. There we go. And that's it. And if you don't have that, well, you'll be putting a socket underneath or something, and you'll be banging away and having fun. So that's first thing to get ready. All right, so to start off this project of installing these door handles, well, you gotta take the cover off, so T30. Put that side here in the door, in the floor. And then you gotta loosen the bottom of your door. If you don't have bottom doors, skip this stage, because you don't need to do this. I got bottom doors, so, and you gotta loosen it to get the plastic cover off. Better loosen all three, that way you're not prying as much. I thought it was gonna be, got home from work, I said, I'll do this little project, it'll be 15 minutes, but I'll make sure you guys know every step so you don't have to figure out how to do it. And if you don't feel like buying them after you see this video, well, that's up to you guys. I think they're a nice finished product once you do some modifications and you do what you got to do to them. So basically pry it out, so get the lip out, and then pull it forward, get it out from underneath, and take it off. Now you need to drill out this rivet here, and that's where there's another hole behind it, a little higher. That's where we're gonna grab, and I put another rivet. So that's, I didn't feel like playing around with that little thingy, so I'll be right back with the drill and drill that out. So when all else fails, I just kept drilling it, and it kind of pushed it out with the heat and the drilling and everything. All right, so now you're set to start almost, because you gotta take off the one bolt right here. I believe it's the back one. Or is it the front one? No, it's the back one. So, there it is. And for me, well, it holds my mirrors at the same time, so. And that's it. So now we're ready to reinstall. And so to start off with, this little spring here hooks to this little hole that's already there in the door. All right, so this hooks right here. This plate's gonna go like so, and oops, like so. And this spring is gonna hook onto this little latch right here. But we'll put this on there first. And like I said, I'm using a black rivet with another rivet head that I drilled through it. So I actually popped the rivet and then put it in the vise and then just drilled it. So I'll grab my cheap ass rivet gun. Make sure when you put this thing on here that the hook is facing up, because if you don't, it won't want to come back down. It'll like bind it up at the top. I have to re-drill it and waste another rivet. So if you don't want that to happen to you, make sure the hook's on the top. And don't stick your hand inside here, because it does pinch. And I don't understand why that's not completely out yet. I don't see that. Yeah, I should have bought that air rivet gun. Yeah, because it just, alright. Thank God I let go. That's not good for tires. I have to pick those up after. Okay, so without the cover on, the rivet, with the rivet drilled hole in the middle to put it back to do a washer. Make sure you're on the second hole. You drill out the first hole where the strap is. Put a washer in the back, washer in the front, and that little screw. Put Loctite, put it just snug. There's a little hole back here on the door already. So you put that there. So you remove the T30 off the mirror or the inside to hold the panel of the door. Put a washer inside. Tighten this up and lock your door. And that's it. So I just got to tighten everything up a little bit, put everything snug, and retest. That's not snug enough. And that's it. And having the second hole, if you put it here, the latch is actually, this makes this straighter, and then it hits. So if you don't have windows or don't plan on putting windows, you don't need to bother with that. But and that, as simple as that. So, all right. So to line up for the mirror bolt, well, not if you don't have a mirror, but the bolt in the back to have access with it for the panel, it's about right here. It's basically lined up with this and a little bit at the top of the edge when we're done, and then almost the line's got to be almost right with the line here. So basically, to know when you're done drilling is just when you can clear the socket, right? So you don't need to go bigger than that, obviously. That's not big enough, so I'll have to step it up one. The reason I used my small one is because my end is dull on my big one. So we'll step it down one more. Whoa, didn't want to go that deep. I knew I wasn't pressing hard. Let's see if the socket fits. Yeah, obviously it fits. So let's see if we lined it up properly. So you slide that in from the front. Actually, this might be in the way, so slap that in the hole. Slap that like that. There, our hole lines up, so we're okay. So that's that for that. So you need to make that hole for that access. Now we got to make a hole for the lever. So put my smaller one back on to get the hole started. And I'll be right back when I figure out exactly where to make it. I just gotta trim my hole a little bit more for the latch. Right here. Need to square out the corner here at the top. There you go. So, a hole about that big. A hole here for your 10 millimeter to fit in to hold the lever. Try everything out. It's good to lube this here penetrating oil. Get it cleaned out because sometimes it gunks up and everything, and dirt and everything and all this. So I sprayed mine there and cleaned it all out so it would work way better. And that's it. So this was for the wife because she found it hard with the doors to pull back with her wrist as when you had the doors shut. Now all you need to do is pull up with one finger, and that's it. Okay.
Okay, yes.
Well, still got to loosen everything up and put the plastic back on into place and put some Loctite and just put. I can unsnug them a little bit to have it more smooth for you. But that's basically it. So now I got to take everything back off and then put it back in. And you'll have the same finished product as on the other side. So Little washer in the back. I added those washers. I don't know if you need them or not, but I figure anything that's got movement and play, that I wanted to put washers on it. So basically unscrew this one, 10 millimeter. Now put this washer back on there with some grease lined up in the hole. Oops. You're not gonna stay. I have to put more grease. This may take a couple tries. Dab of silicone or something in the back to hold it there, but it is what it is. And I'll show you the process of putting this back in, because there's two ways you can do it. I didn't do it, but you can drill this hole big enough that the washer will fit, but obviously mine doesn't fit because I wanted the hole as small as possible. So we'll line this thing in first. So basically you got your spring at the top and everything. You got your hole here to line up. So basically you come in from the back and yeah, force it through. And then once there you go. Once it's through, make sure you're lined up underneath your plastic. Go in here, pull it forward. Now we're good. So second step is the tricky part, because it's hard to see. If you want to line up this thing in here, and like so, but you gotta grab the washer. Don't drop your door handle. So basically now you gotta put the washer in. If you didn't drill the hole big enough, you can drill the hole big enough for the washer. This will save this step. Don't put it in too deep. It's just enough that you can hold it there. Yeah, and that's all it takes when you drop it on a cement floor. You got a nick. At least it's not where you grab it. And it's at the back. Thank God. So now here you get this tricky part. You got to line up your hole. I'll stick my head in here. All right. And now you got to line up that washer back there, hopefully without it falling, because basically if it falls, you're starting over, and get your socket in there. You might want to start it off by hand. So before you put the next one in the bottom, make sure you put your Loctite. So Loctite it up. I have to clean my mess. Loctite's not that fun. Squeeze in your washer behind there. Grab a star screwdriver. Start tightening it in. Make sure you don't cross thread it. Alright. Let's tighten the top part. Keep checking it, make sure that everything's still got free play, because you're not going to be able to put it rock solid down. Now we're going to put the T30 to hold the door latch, the door in the middle, back, right here. There we go. And keep snugging everything until it doesn't free play. And then Loctite should do its job. So now we're tighten the screwdriver. When it gets stiff a little bit, it's time to stop. And that's it. So it's a little test, try it. Make sure you put the spring that hooks up at the top. And simple as that. If you find it stiff, just loosen things up a little bit. And if you find that stuff gets loose, go get red Loctite and then just put it to the snug that you like it. And I find that everywhere where it turns, if you tighten it a little bit too much, it's hard to. So it's okay.
Yes.
It's wife approved. All right. So, oh yeah, because I got my door. I got to put this little strap back right here. Oh yeah, and I gotta retighten the bottom of my door. But you guys don't have to watch me do that. So basically it's 10 millimeter or T30 like everything else on this thing. And impact doesn't fit there. So I'll be saying goodbye and appreciate you guys watching this because I like making them. And yeah, see, impact doesn't fit. So you gotta do them by hand. It sucks, but you have to loosen it to take the plastic off. If you don't have a lower door, well, you're not even doing this and you're laughing. And if you don't want to put this plastic back on and get this look, but I find it looks, all you have to do is drill that hole and drill the hole so the latch has got room to play, right? And it doesn't need much room to play. Like, look how much it moves. But having it on this hole, it's gonna hit here, like I've already told you guys. So, I find it looks better than that strap. My straps were they were turning color. So, yeah, getting a bit on the, not as nice as they used to be. And yeah, so that's it. So, thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe, and holy smokes, that's bright, babe. And we'll catch you on the next one. And I was doing this because I was waiting for my frog skins and all that to do my my project, and I had already pre-ordered that when my turbo was, I didn't know if I was gonna have to wait a couple weeks for the turbo to come back in, and that went okay, so I didn't have to bother with that. And yeah, that's why I got these two little projects in the meanwhile. And frog skins should be in tomorrow, and the rest of my stuff, so I'm gonna start building that custom build there on the back. So talk to you soon, and we'll see you soon, and ciao for now, and be safe, guys. Bye.